Let's go down to Jerome's. So Adam Rank. Right? Isn't rank another term for stinks? We're going back to middle school here. So Adam Rank, National Media Jabroni Haircut, NFL.com. So I respect his fantasy work. Him and our guy James Coe, Danger Zone, all that stuff. But Crooked Chicago Bears apologist, and remember, he's the guy who always predicts the Vikings to go like 5-12, and then he predicts the Bears to go 11-6, and Justin Fields wins MVP. That worked out last year. Taking back the North and never giving it back. Good times. But Rank did up a mock draft, and frankly, was pretty fair. I was surprised. All right, but let's run through this damn thing. So, of course, his Bears won. Caleb Williams. Again, I'm waiting for that mock draft where someone does not take Caleb Williams at 1. I'm just waiting for it, man. We got 2 weeks until the draft. I feel like it's going to come out. Jaden Daniels goes to the commies, even though reportedly, Jaden Daniels doesn't like the meetings with the commies. Harrison Jr. goes to the Patriots. So they don't take a quarterback. They go with the stud wide receiver 1 in this class. He and Jabroni Brisket going to look good. Ooh, Harrison Jr. and KJ Osborne. Let's go. Dynasty. It's about time the Patriots have some good things going for them. Malik Neighbors goes to the Cardinals. So 2 wide receivers in a row. Talisa Fuaga building a bully with the Chargers. I love it. You don't have to move Rashawn Slater, and you got 2 bookend tackles for a long time. The tough physical brand of football that Harbaugh wants to play. Joe Walt goes to the Giants. So, Okay, so, you have Andrew Thomas. Sure. But is this like a Penei Sewell situation where you flip him over to right tackle because the Lions had Taylor Decker? I guess. And the Evan Neal experiment certainly did not work out. Maybe they try to kick him inside the guard, but I don't know. Olufushanu goes to the Titans. So this is where it gets interesting. So now there's a run on tackles. So Olufushanu and his tiny hands go to protect the blind side of Will Levis. And then you got Skoronski on that left side. That's a young, tough, physical side of that offensive line for them. Dallas Turner goes to the Falcons. Raheem Morris gets his edge rusher 1. Now, Brock Bowers would... He mentioned Brock Bowers would be hilarious because of Kyle Pitts. I wonder what number he would take. 9. So, yes, his Bears get Rome Odunze in this spot. So, yeah, so you get your quarterback and you get your wide receiver 1. So their trio of receivers with Odunze, Keenan Allen, and DJ Moore. It's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. Now, this is surprising. So you do have to take everything with a grain of salt because Rank is a fantasy guy, and of course that puts a premium on receivers. And Brian Thomas Jr., BTJ, as wide receiver 4 off the board at 10. Woo. Spicy. Now, you are betting on the come of BTJ. He is a physical freak. Hasn't even been playing football for more than 5 seasons, but I think that he is a guy that is going to develop and just be a dude. All right, so BTJ with G-Dub with the Jets. It's pretty good. You can cut Alan Lazard. He gone. You go, man. Also, they signed Mike Williams for whatever reason. Whatever. 11. So the Vikings end up with J.J. McCarthy. Now, I think that... So there's no trades in this mock, but I do think that if the Vikings want McCarthy, they're going to have to trade up. And also, if they're just waiting for a quarterback to fall to 11, that's prime leapfrog spot for the Broncos and the Raiders. But here's what Rank wrote about McCarthy. Listen, Vikings, I wouldn't trade up for a quarterback. There's a good chance someone falls. I don't see quarterbacks coming off the board with the first 4 picks. It's never happened before and won't happen now. Well, they said that about 2021, 1, 2, 3, which had never happened before either. In this scenario, you have your choice between Drake May and McCarthy. I don't know, but it seems if McCarthy is the most Vikings-like quarterback in this draft. Now, that's faint praise. That's damning with faint praise right there. Now, again, it's very surprising that McCarthy and May would fall out of the top 10. I could see maybe 1, but even that I think is pretty unlikely given the quarterback tax as well as the availability of trade-ups in this draft. And if the Vikings had a choice between McCarthy and May, that's tough. That's tough because I feel like with McCarthy, you get that floor and also a guy who can expand and grow and show. And Drake May is going to be more high variance, except I feel like if Drake May can limit his downside, his ceiling, I do think right now is higher than J.J. McCarthy. All right, and I think that May is a guy that has a chance to be Mahomes. I think McCarthy is a guy that has a chance to be a better version of Brock Purdy. And that's where we're currently at. Again, there's nothing wrong with Brock Purdy. Just took his team to the Super Bowl. But I think Drake May has a chance to be very, very special. I think J.J. McCarthy has a very good chance of being very, very good. It's in that spot. So the Broncos end up with Drake May. I really dislike this because now stupid ass Sean Payton's probably gonna be happy. The Raiders taking Brock Bowers. Oh, I like that. I like that. So working over the middle for Minshew, maybe O'Connell, but really Minshew. Fatana goes to Saints. They definitely need some tackle help. Adonai Mitchell again. This is gonna be wide receiver biased. Well, first off, it's a great wide receiver class, but also he's a fantasy guy. But Adonai Mitchell going to the Colts. I kind of like it. All right, so you got Pittman, you got Adonai, you got Josh Downs for Richardson, long time. It's good times. Jared Verse, again, Mike McDonald, going from the Ravens to the Seahawks. And the Ravens and also the Seahawks are very good at just hammering that front seven, just always getting difference makers. And Jared Verse is a stud. Jared Verse is a baller, man. Terry Arnold goes to the Jaguars. Definitely needs some help on the corner spots, as well as Byron Murphy II goes to the Bengals, which is kind of interesting because some of the draft comps are Geno Atkins, so he gets back there. The Rams, the Rams could take Johnny Newton in the spot, but Quinion Mitchell, for some people, Quinion Mitchell is cornerback 1, myself included, so he goes out to the Rams, and it's pretty good get. I like that. JPJ goes to Steelers. They've been looking for interior offensive line. They've been looking for their center since Pouncey bounced. That's basically it. And Jackson Powers Johnson. So he's got that power. Does only have 1 year starting experience. It is his numbers fluffed up by the Oregon offense. Don't know, but got great movement skills, got great power, got great ass. JPJ. Now, there's some talk about JPJ falling out of the first round. I don't know. Graham Barton goes to the Dolphins. Given the choice between JPJ and Barton, I would take Barton. And I think that Dolphins with they're sure they could have gone defensive tackle in this spot since they lost Christian Wilkins, but they lost Robert Hunt, and also Connor Williams looks like he may have to retire. So Barton solves a lot of those issues. I think that if you put Barton at center, that solves a lot of problems, man. The Eagles definitely need a DB. Cooper DeJean going to Philly, and the Vikings. So I like this pick. In terms of BPA, so the Vikings got their quarterback at 11. They did not have to give up their future first, which is great. At 23, Latu. So wait a minute. Oh yeah, Dallas Turner went 8. I was like, wait a minute. But Latu ends up being edge rusher 3 off the board. Now I understand the drawback with Latu, a bit old of a prospect, so maybe he's peaked physically, as well as the neck issues are concerning, right? And he's been clean the last couple of years, respect, but that's always in the back of your mind where the guy had to medically retire due to those issues. But so this is what Rank wrote. This is assuming that you still have this pick, Vikings. I know you could package this with 11 to move up for a quarterback, but I'm still confident you can stick on your first pick to get your signal caller. And as a bonus, I see teams being a bit hesitant about Latu because of his medical history. Just said that. So you get him at great value here. Latu might be risky for those picking in the top 10, but with this with this being your second first rounder, I would say you technically try again. I say you take a swing at a technically refined quarterback hunter, and Latu is that. And the comps between him and Max Crosby are there. He's a high motor, powerful dude, packs a punch, also has speed and quickness, great bend around the edge. And also, Latu's a force setting the edge against the run, as well as a very mature pass rusher. So, I kind of like it. So the Vikings, they have their choice at quarterbacks at 11, which, again, is pretty surprising. And I understand McCarthy. I would have rolled the dice with May. But also, I think it's unlikely that both of them get out of the top 10. Maybe one, but even that, kind of unlikely. But Vikings get their quarterback of the future, as well as they get a true talisman on the edge in Latu. That's pretty damn good. Like, if you could sign up for that right now, where the Vikings exit day 1 with QB1, as well as a stud edge rusher, I'm in. You son of a B, I'm in. Latham goes to the Cowboys. Mims goes to the Packers. Sure, Chop to the Bucks. Johnny Newton to Arizona. Xavier Worthy to the Bills. Obviously, they're taking receiver. Rakestraw to the Lions. I dislike that a lot because Rakestraw is a stud. Wiggins to the Ravens. Of course, they just get great players over and over and over again. Guyton to the Niners and Ladd McConkey. This is going to be a problem. McConkey and Mahomes long-term is going to be an absolute problem. But, like we said, Vikings exit with Latu, LL, as well as J. McCarthy. Kind of love it, man. It's fantastic. But your thoughts are thoughts. Adam Rank actually gets something right. Crazy. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.